Look around you for a second. Buildings, Wi-Fi, satellites floating in space, a species that can argue online about pineapple on pizza while simultaneously photographing black holes. Now, here's the uncomfortable question. What if all of this is basically a cosmic accident that almost didn't happen? What if intelligent life, the kind that builds cities, writes music, and wonders about the universe, is not just rare, but nearly impossible? We love to imagine aliens out there, advanced civilizations, intergalactic empires, some ultra-intelligent species watching us like we watch reality TV. But what if the real reason we haven't heard from anyone is because almost nobody makes it this far? Let's talk about it. There's something scientists call the Great Filter. The idea is simple, but terrifying. Somewhere between dead space dust and a civilization capable of space travel, there are massive barriers, and almost everything in the universe fails at one of them. Think of it like a video game. Step 1, form a star. Step 2, get planets. Step 3, have the perfect distance from the star so the planet isn't frozen solid or boiling lava. Step 4, somehow get liquid water. Step 5, create basic life. Already that sounds complicated, but it gets worse. Single-celled life might pop up fairly easily under the right conditions. Microbes may be common, but complex life, multicellular organisms, nervous systems, brains? That might require such a ridiculous chain of lucky events that it's like flipping a coin and getting heads 1 billion times in a row. On Earth, life started very early. That part might not be the miracle. The miracle might be that it didn't stop there. For nearly 3 billion years, life was basically microscopic slime. No cities, no animals, no Netflix, just bacteria chilling in the ocean. If Earth's history were a 24-hour day, humans show up in the last few seconds before midnight. That's how late intelligent life arrived. Which means it took almost the entire lifespan of the planet just to get something that can ask, what is the meaning of life? And here's the scary part. The universe is old, really old. If intelligent life were easy, we should see signs of it everywhere by now. The galaxy is over 13 billion years old. Some stars are billions of years older than our sun. If a civilization had a few million years head start on us, which is nothing in cosmic time, they could have spread across the galaxy by now. So where is everyone? That's called the Fermi Paradox. Statistically, there should be aliens. Reality says silence, no signals, no megastructures, no galactic tourists, just empty space. One possible answer? The Great Filter is ahead of us, meaning intelligent life doesn't just struggle to appear, it struggles to survive itself. Think about us. In just a few hundred years, we went from horses and candles to nuclear weapons and artificial intelligence. We gave a species that still argues on social media the power to destroy its own planet. That's bold. Maybe every intelligent species reaches a point where their technology grows faster than their wisdom, where they unlock energy powerful enough to wipe themselves out, where climate collapse, war, or runaway machines end the experiment. Imagine giving a toddler the keys to a rocket ship. That's basically humanity right now. We're smart enough to split the atom, but not always mature enough to agree on basic facts. So maybe the filter isn't about becoming intelligent. Maybe it's about surviving intelligence and surviving your own success. Here's another possibility. Maybe complex life requires such precise conditions that Earth is extremely rare. We needed a stable star, a large moon to stabilize our planet's tilt, a magnetic field to block radiation, plate tectonics to regulate climate, just enough asteroid impacts to spark change, but not enough to sterilize everything.
It's like baking a cake where every ingredient has to be measured down to a grain of sugar. Too much heat? Burned. Too little? Raw. Wrong ingredients? No cake. The universe might be full of kitchens, but almost none of them make the cake. And even if intelligent life does appear, it might not last long enough to explore the stars. Humans have had radio technology for about 100 years. That means we've only been detectable for a tiny cosmic blink. If civilizations rise and fall quickly, their signals might barely overlap. It's like two fireflies blinking in a massive dark forest, but at different times. You blink. They blink 10,000 years earlier. You never see each other. Another strange thought? Maybe intelligence isn't evolution's ultimate goal. We assume evolution wants to create smarter beings, but evolution doesn't plan ahead. It just favors what survives right now. For most of Earth's history, being simple worked perfectly. Bacteria are incredibly successful. They've survived mass extinctions that wiped out giant dinosaurs. They don't need philosophy. They don't need rockets. They just exist and multiply. In evolutionary terms, they're crushing it. Intelligence might actually be a risky mutation. Big brains require huge amounts of energy. They make you fragile as a baby. They cause you to question everything. Great for science, not always great for survival. And then there's one more uncomfortable idea. Maybe advanced civilizations choose silence. Maybe once a species realizes how dangerous the universe is, it goes quiet. No broadcasting, no big flashy signals. Like living in a dark forest where you don't shout your location, because you don't know who might be listening. That idea is creepy, but still doesn't solve the main problem. If intelligent life were common and long-lasting, statistically, we should see something, anything. But so far, nothing. So here's the real reason intelligent life may be impossible. It requires an absurd chain of unlikely events followed by an even harder challenge, not destroying yourself. First, you have to win the cosmic lottery of physics, chemistry, and biology. Then you have to win the psychological lottery of maturity, cooperation, and restraint. That second part might be the hardest, because intelligence gives power. Power gives risk, and risk scales fast. Look at our own history. We invent tools to solve problems. Then those tools create bigger problems. Then we invent more powerful tools to solve those. It's like constantly upgrading your car's engine without improving the brakes. Eventually, something gives. Maybe the universe is filled with planets where life began, but very few where life became self-aware, and even fewer where self-awareness didn't self-destruct. Which leads to a strange, hopeful possibility. If we're still here, if we manage to survive the next few centuries, if we learn to balance technology with responsibility, then we might already be passing the hardest test in the universe. Maybe intelligent life isn't impossible. Maybe it's just unbelievably fragile. And maybe the silence out there isn't proof that we're insignificant. Maybe it's proof that making it this far is incredibly rare. So the next time you look at the night sky, don't just wonder if we're alone. Wonder if we're early, or lucky, or both. Because if intelligent life truly is almost impossible, then you, sitting here, thinking about it, are part of one of the rarest events in the entire universe. And that's either terrifying or incredible, or maybe a little bit of both.